What is going on, YouTube guys? Welcome back. It is your boy Pokestocks here, and in today's video, August is officially here. Today is August 1st, so we have a whole list of stuff, bro. Just keep in mind, guys, that the next few videos, the next week on this channel, you're gonna be seeing a lot of predictions, a lot of analyzing, etc., for the market for the month of August. Now, of course, I do guys gotta go ahead and plug the Discord. By the way, the new thumbnail, what do y'all think? I asked the Discord, some guys do not like what the blank is happening. Listen, guys, I'm gonna explain the thumbnail right now real quick. You know, it's Gengar, right? So Gengar maybe, you know, my profile picture is Gengar, so I'm just trying a little bit of branding. I don't know, guys. I'm just gonna put it out there. We'll see how it goes. But if you want to be part of a community, guys, you know, more so than a Discord, a community, go ahead and join. People are rating this mid. I can understand. Now, before we hop into this, of course, guys, I'm not a financial advisor, so please take this for your own advice, and let's hop into this video. So I have some very, very exciting news. I went to my first ever massive card show yesterday. Guys, I'm still working on that video. I've been saying that for around 2 weeks now. Here's where I'm actually at on that video. I honestly don't know how I'll perform on this channel because I know a lot of you guys just like to watch my, you know, current analytics. Oh my god, I can't even speak. My videos like this. But if you guys are actually interested in a buyer POV card show, let me know in the comments because I'm skeptical because it might mess up my algorithm if I could speak right now, just due to, you know, that being a whole different niche in my content. But let me know if you guys actually do want to see that. Now, hear me out. Do you guys hear this? Yes, your boy got some graded slabs yesterday. I'm very excited. I'll explain what I managed to pick up, why I picked it up, etc. But let's currently take a quick analysis on Black Bolt White Flare at the moment. So it's currently seeing where it has been. You know, for the month of August, I'm going to throw it out there, guys. I think Black Bolt White Flare will probably pick up in price just due to the fact that, you know, I think Pokemon, theoretically speaking, is kind of done distributing its first wave. In terms of what that can mean for everyone, I bet you know, we might have one more week, two more weeks possibly of us getting, you know, more restocks of the ETBs at Walmart's, at Targets, and then I think we'll slowly see Black Bolt White Flare fade. Just, guys, right? Just like we've seen Destined Rivals fade, just like we've seen Journey Together fade. The last time you saw a Destined Rivals ETB at a Walmart or Target was on release, so we're not probably going to see this, and I think we're going to see this stuff pick back up in price this month. That's my little throw out right there, and I think that's sort of approachable and more so respectable in terms of actually seeing that happen. You know, if we currently take a look at the 1 month graph on TCG Player, guys, of course, I do also want to say, you know, using TCG Player as your only source is not really optimal. Make sure you guys are using everything. However, just for the consistency of videos and just because it's so much easier to show and talk about, that's why I use TCG Player. So I'm not saying, guys, you should always use TCG Player, check prices, etc. Please check eBay, please check your other apps to really see how the market's performing. But yeah, if we currently look on TCG Player, you know, prices are leveling out, and I think that's a good thing. And then I think we're going to slowly see it scoop back up, guys. The bull effect, as a lot of you know, something, a very big word on this channel, the bull. So we're going to see it, you know, come down, and then we're going to see it flatten out, and then curve all the way back up and shoot all the way back up. So that's my prediction for the ETBs. I still think we got a solid way to go. If you were to ask me, Pokestocks, should I be investing into Black Bolt White Flare right now? I would say no, guys. You know, you have to remember that this set still has 2 to 3 years of official reprints, so keep that in mind. I do think, hopefully, guys, 2 to 3 years we go back to normal. Hopefully we can get this at a cheaper price, but you know, you could do what you want, of course. That's just my throw out right there. If you get this MSRP, of course, scoop it up, but if you really want to pay over, then that's your opinion. You can also have this mindset, and I also always say this, you know, you can buy it now, guys, throw it in your closet for 5 years, and you're going to see gains. But who's going to wait 5 years? I know a lot of you are not patient, so I don't know. If you guys are patient, then do what you want. But yeah, that's what we're currently looking like. Now, we also did have a massive thing, guys. GameStop did drop these collections right here, which is the Tech Sticker and the Victini box. Now, here's what I could say straight off the bat. These are nothing to go crazy about. Would I recommend waiting outside, you know, your GameStop for 5 hours just to pick up 4 packs? No, guys, do not do that. If you do that, then you're literally unemployed. However, this is what I could say to you right now. In terms of how this is going to affect the Black Bolt White Flare market, it's really not going to do too much. It's just, you know, we're getting some new product. It's nothing going to be crazy. The current price of this, guys, right now is like 21 plus shipping. I believe it comes with 3 packs. So it is kind of expensive, but in all honesty, it's not going to put too much of a dent. I was sort of expecting, you know, we would get the booster bundles and everything like at once. Because I think once we get the booster bundles, I think that's gonna be a little bit of a different story. We're gonna have packs more available in the market, which is a good thing. Because if you guys remember from Sword and Shield, right? If we go back to that time, for example, let's talk about Champion's Path. This is a great conversation right here. Champion's Path literally just had the ETB. Theoretically speaking, the Elite Trainer box and the sticker collections, or whatever it was back then, were the only ways to get packs at a very, very good price without buying the accessories. I guess you could say the ETB has accessories, but in terms of speaking, you know, the Elite Trainer box in special sets usually is like the best for packs in terms of that ratio. Now we have booster bundles, so it makes, you know, investing into packs a little bit more affordable than how we used to do it. But back to what I was saying now about Black Bolt White Flare, I think we're going to see this kind of set, guys, this kind of market take a little bit of a bigger hit when booster bundles come out. I honestly do not know when are these going to be releasing. These are going to be releasing so this month as well. So we might see a little bit of a dent, but in all honesty, guys, when booster bundles get released, just like sort of what we've seen it before, I think when we have these booster bundles get released, we're not going to see ETBs get released with it. So it's just it's going to be a very slow market for Black Bolt White Flare. Now, in terms of sort of looking at the market, just to summarize it, guys, I know I've been talking about Black Bolt White Flare, but it's very important to, you know, keep up with trends, etc., etc. Here's my summarized prediction for August 1st all the way to August 31st. By the way, guys, keep in mind, I'm going to be throwing out a lot of predictions in today's video. I know a lot of them might be controversial, a lot of them might be, you know, but I'm going to try to make them as middle in the road as possible. What I mean by that is that you and me and the person below us can agree with that in terms of, you know, how crazy this prediction might be. So here's what I'm going to say. I think Black Bolt White Flare will have a slow month this month. I think we're going to see prices curve upwards, and I think having a lot of product is going to be hard to find. And most importantly, we're going to have a lot of slow releases this month. We're going to have booster bundles come out a little bit away from now. We have the, you know, tech stickers come out. And that's sort of my prediction out there. So nothing too crazy, nothing you guys should be worried about. Just stay focused on the other products I'll be talking about. Now let's hop into Prismatic Evolutions. I went to the massive card show yesterday, by the way. They didn't have a lot of Pokemon, surprisingly. Like, I'm honestly kind of sad, but here's my overall take on Prismatic right now. And I did see a lot of Prismatic, of course. A lot of ETBs, a lot of Sam's Club bundles that just dropped. And I could honestly tell you guys that people were trying to get Prismatic off their hands. And it was honestly a little bit interesting because I was like, these people are trying to flip it as fast as possible. What I mean by that is there were a lot of people buying, you know, and a lot of people selling Sam's Club things, right? I mean, dude, when I went there, guys, there's at least, you know, I think one vendor had around like 15 of these Sam's Club things. So does that mean he's a scalper? It might mean, guys, it might mean he's a scalper. So he's trying to get that off those hands, and I understand why, right? You spend so much, you want to get them off so you can quick profit and keep pouring back in the market. It all makes sense. Listen, vendors, guys, scalpers, they all have their different mindset, and no matter if you hate them or love them, you have to deal with them. So just keep that in mind. No hate if you guys are a scalper. We're like, listen, we're all people. Please don't hate me for that, saying that, but I'm just being honest, okay? Now here's my overall take on Prismatic right now. I think for the month of August, guys, we're gonna have it be a very, very, in all honesty, you know, we have the Sam's Club Premium Collection box. Dude, that's gonna be massive right now. Can't wait to talk about that later. But in terms of Prismatic Evolutions as a whole right now, guys, I do think we're gonna see it be the way it has been, bro. I don't think anything's gonna crazily change. I'll get to the Premium Collection box later on how that will affect the market, but just in terms of without that right now, I think we're looking pretty good. I still do think that a very good Prismatic product to throw your money at right now, guys, is going to be the Premium Collection. And the only reason why I argue the Premium Collection is a very, very good way to go right now is if you think of 151 UPC, if you think of the Charizard, if you think of the Celebration UPCs, all of those guys have now passed, you know, $350. I can officially say that because I do know the Charizard UPC is up there. And I do know, guys, I do know that the Greninja, the Arceus, and UPCs do exist out there, but those are not the main ones. If we're talking about the main categorized ones, you're going to say 151, Charizard, and Celebrations. Those are the ones that are heavy hitters right now. And I do think Prismatic Evolutions is going to jump on that train of being a heavy hitter premium collection box. And it's a very, very straightforward path, guys. You know, eventually this product will be a $400 or $500 box, no question. This is nothing that me or you can argue about because we know that Prismatic is hands down one of the most hype sets of the year, right? Might be one of the most hype sets of Pokemon history. And the fact that this product is still, you know, on 200, I understand that you're paying over MSRP. I understand that. It's something I really don't support. However, for a product like this, guys, you're going to win on this long term. I can more so guarantee you that. Of course, take that for your own word, but that's something I know. A great example of this is, you know, when I bought the Charizard UPC, I bought it at GameStop for 100. I was very lucky, bro. I'm be completely honest, guys. This was a long time ago when scalping was still an issue, but I bought it for $100, and I remember like thinking in my head, dude, this is gonna be a $400 box one day. That's why I'm wasting, you know, my morning to get this, because I know there's a few products I do not mind wasting a few hours for in the morning, because I know it'll be worth. Now it's approaching 400, right? And I think it's to keep going, keep climbing, guys, because it's very, very exclusive in that era. Now, in terms of Prismatic Evolutions, I think it's going to have the same pathway. You know, right now, if we look at the past month, or let's just take a broader look, guys. Past 6 months, it's been on a very, very slow path. And it's starting to level out now, and I think that it might have found its price at 210. But for those of you guys who do not know, it's actually seen a little bit of a gain this month. We had an all-time low of like 195, pumped all the way back up to 216, and now we're back at 210. I don't know why the prices are jumping around. I really don't care, because it doesn't mean really much to me, as I'm just going to throw my money in on this. Now, I currently have one SPC. I was planning to pick up one more yesterday, but it wasn't as affordable. People were selling them for like 225, 230, and I understand that's still a very, very good price. However, I always try to get the best bang for my buck, so if that means waiting or possibly going to my next card show to pick one of these up for a good price, then maybe. Hopefully, it's still cheap during that time, but I'm still fine with one, guys. You know, having one of these is still a protective investment. You know what I'm saying? Like, at least I have one than none. I know I get this question asked all the time, you know, should I be investing into this or that? Most importantly, a lot of people have been asking me about the Prismatic Super Premium Collection, and here's what I can tell you guys about this box. You know, sort of going back to what I was saying earlier, and a new point of POV on this is that, like, this is one of the few products you should be buying in terms of like scalper prices, right? Of course, I'm not trying to sound pushy. That didn't mean to sound pushy at all. I'm not saying you guys should buy this, but I'm just saying, like, these are one of the few products that don't matter, because, you know, look at 151, right? It's so high because it's out of print, and we have the 151 UPC, I think, approaching 450 now at this point. And I do think, guys, eventually this shit will follow 100%. Now let's talk about 151. Hear me out. For 151, for the month of August, you know, we're not having anything new, guys. It's a straightforward month. You know, July, same thing. We didn't have any reprints. We didn't have any restocks. 151 did very, very well in the month of July. If we currently look on the ETB, for example, the plain one's currently up 18%. You know, we also had the Pokemon Center pump by, I think, 30%. It's approaching 800, guys, which is insanity to me. It's on the road to 1,000. Here's my overall take on 151 as a market, just to summarize it. I do think 151 will have a very, very strong month for the month of August. I think we're officially going to see prices go very, very high. And the main reason I argue this, guys, is just the solid fact that we're not going to see any more 151 in terms of restocks and stuff like that. You have to remember, Pokemon has officially ended the Scarlet and Violet era, and we're moving into Mega Evolution. And I think we're going to see one more massive pump in Sword and Shield and one more massive pump in Scarlet and Violet. I said that very broadly, so that would take like a whole video, guys, to me explain more specifically what I mean by that. But I do think 151 is going to continue to head into the month of August with a very, very bullish area. I do not see the set slowing down whatever, for any reason, literally for any reason. There's no reason for this set to slow down, right? We're not going to have anything. So should I say you should pour your money into this set? That's totally up to you to decide. I do think, guys, that there's still a very good product to buy right now in the month of August, and I do think this might get product of the month, which is going to be Blooming Waters. And, you know, if I just type that in, guys, and the main reason why I believe in Blooming Waters is just due to the fact that it's the best price to back ratio for 151. You know, it's probably going to see a very, very good gain this month. This might reach, you know, very, very high. If things keep going the way they're going, guys, listen, I always say this, right, to back myself up, because I could be totally wrong, and it's very important, right? I'm never always right. If 151, right, for the whole month of August, guys, gets no reprints, no, okay, let me rephrase that. It's not going to get any reprints. That'd be crazy if it does. Let me repeat myself. If 151 gets no restocks, guys, keep in mind, restocks and reprints, whole different words right now. If 151 gets no restocks for the month of August, and we keep seeing the bullish area, I do think Blooming Waters will hit 150 by the end of August. And I think that's something very, very attainable. This is not a crazy thing, guys. I'm not saying it's going to go up crazy high. You know, we literally had an all-time high at one point of around, like, what, 140? I do think it could pass this guy's all-time high that month. I mean, look at, we were at 120, now we're at 130. And I think 151 is going to get a lot of attention this month in just terms of being, all right, guys, this is it, and this is our last time. So very, very solid product right here to pour your money into. Of course, guys, the ETB, Pokemon Center ETB, if you have the funds for it, go ahead, throw your money in for that. But as well as Blooming Waters, it's just a very, very solid investment. You're getting 12 packs for $130. That's practically speaking, guys, around the best price to pack ratio right now in terms of us speaking. And I can easily see this being a very, very strong box long term. I think for 2026, when we get into that year, dude, this is going to be one expensive box, guys. I can tell you that much for sure. Unfortunately, I'm gonna try to. Unfortunately, I do not have a lot of these because I did not find a lot of them at the card show I went to yesterday. And I think, you know, people either don't want to sell them or I don't know. I honestly don't know why. Also, guys, to go back to my point, I just remember this as well. There was not a lot of 151 at the card show yesterday either. I did see a few ETBs. They were selling them for 300. A little bit out of my budget right now in terms of me spending that much, so I passed on those. But yeah, it's just, it was kind of dead for 151 yesterday now that I think about it. But yeah, 151 as a whole market right now, guys, is going to see a very, very strong month. My prediction right there. Now let's talk about Crown Zenith. I want to talk about Crown Zenith because it's one of those few sets that I talk about every single week. I don't really talk about it as much as I used to anymore. And the main reason why I don't talk about it, guys, as much anymore as I used to is just due to the fact that I really, and I'm going to be completely honest, I'm not going to lie to you. I just don't really, what's the right word to say this? I don't want to say I don't care about the set because of course I care about this set, but it's just like a little bit forgotten in my heart right now. And I know that's a bad thing. You guys can hate me on that. I'm not saying Crown Zenith is a bad investment, but I'm just sort of forgetting about it. And I'm so focused on what's pumping right now. That's a little bit a bad side of an investor, guys. You're always focused on the bullish areas. Now, Crown Zenith, I could just say this right now, is probably going to see a very, very consistent month. What I mean by that is we're just going to see numbers continue to rise. There's no reason for this set to crash down. You might see singles slowly fade because we're seeing singles crash. I don't know why we are. As I said, they're sealed, guys, and singles are completely different, so keep that in mind. But I think, you know, we're going to continue to see this set push pretty strong. We're probably going to see the ETB. How well has it done past month? Up 4%. We'll probably see the ETB probably at like 190 in terms of a market price, because market price right now is 182. Not going to see too crazy stuff. I think Crown Zenith already had its massive month. As you guys remember, keep in mind, right? Every single month, we do have a massive set that explodes. Celebrations is a great example of what happened in the month of July. We saw that set explode rapidly. And I do have a throwout, guys, and what I do think, possibly speaking, the next set will be. I do think Crown Zenith 151 have already had their massive pumps in their past months. I think they just continue to see very, very strong growth. Now, let's talk about Paldean Fates. When was the last time I talked about this, guys? Probably 2-3 weeks ago. Why? I don't know. Here's my overall take on Paldean Fates right now. I do know that the set is becoming more and more expensive, and there's a very solid reason for that. It's just the fact, guys, that it's becoming harder and harder to find this product right now. And it's very unfortunate because Paldean Fates is like, it's actually hitting very, very high numbers right now, and it's kind of scary because, like, is Pokemon ever going to reprint this? I don't know. You know, thinking about this stuff, guys, what is this set? I mean, this is a special set, so it doesn't really have a set number. I do think, hold on, let me look this up on my phone. I want to be accurate, guys, in what I say to you. Sorry, I just have to look at something up. Sets in order. Let's see. Pulling this up on my phone. I want to see when Paldean Fates came out because I'm kind of curious how much longer of the print run we possibly do have. Dude, currently unavailable, bro. Are we kidding me? Bruh. Okay, so it looks like we had, okay, so we had Scarlet and Violet, Paldea, Obsidian, 151 Paradox, Paldean Fates. So it is kind of an old set, dude. It is kind of an old set, guys. Yeah, it definitely is. And, you know, I'm looking this stuff up, guys, because it's very important. At the end of the day, you got to realize that we might still have a reprint for this set. If I had to throw out something, you know, this is a very, very big guess for me right now, but I do think we will have a massive reprint for Paldean Fates in the near future. Of course, that's a very, very throw out answer. What I mean by that is that's something a lot of you guys are going to agree or disagree with me upon, and I understand that. And the only reason, guys, why I believe this set will have a massive reprint is just due to the fact that I think ETBs have hit way too high numbers right now. Sort of think about what happened with Darkness Ablaze, right? We saw ETBs at $1,100, and that set was very, very old. and then we saw a massive reprint. We saw ETBs crash. Same thing with Shining Fates, right? We saw that set pump very, very high, and then we saw a massive reprint, and that set crashed. I do think Paldean Fates could possibly, guys, I'm going to say that again, could possibly see a reprint. That's just my throw out. I don't know when that will happen, if that will happen even, but I'm going to pass on this set. You know, I feel like, okay, guys, congratulations. If you invested in Paldean Fates when it was $40, you won, right? Investing it at 200 is a very, very expensive market move. You could do what you want with that. I'm not going to be too crazy on saying that's going to be a great investment long term, because it could be, right? I mean, you throw it in your closet 5 years, you're definitely going to see gains, but who knows? If it crashes, it crashes. But yeah, that's my little throw out. I always like to, throw in something, guys, in every single video where I get a lot of controversy, because that's what makes an investor, right? Not every investor is going to have the same mindset as me and you, which is why, guys, this is what makes investing so fun, because I get to talk to you guys. I know I'm going to have a lot of comments right now talking about this shit, and I don't mind responding to all of you in a respectful way, of course, guys, right? Please be respectful in the comments, whatever, whenever we talk about stuff like, this stuff. Yay, question mark. Why did I say question mark? I don't even know. All right, let's move in to another thing, guys. Now, I do think, and I'm so excited to tell you guys, trainer galleries, yes, these, okay, I don't know if you guys can hear this, some ASMR from Pokestocks. Let me see if it goes through the mic. Some ASMR from Pokestocks. You guys are hearing a PSA 10 slab of Umbreon VMAX from Brilliant Stars. Now, I picked it up for a very solid price, guys, of $150 actually. I picked it up for, bro. I'm telling you, just hearing that, guys, in the year 2025. Let me repeat this, all right? A PSA 10 Umbreon VMAX for $150. When was the last time you ever heard of such a thing? Now, of course, it is from Brilliant Stars, so it's not the Evolving Skies one. I get it, but this is still a very, very solid pickup. I really never did pick up any graded slabs recently. I mean, I've never really picked up graded slabs in my collection. And the only reason why I started pouring money into graded slabs yesterday, most importantly, is just due to the fact, guys, that I do think that graded is a very, very protective way to go ahead and get your cards at a very solid price. What I mean by that is, buying an Umbreon VMAX at near mint doesn't guarantee, guys, that it's going to be a PSA 10, right? However, if I have a PSA 10 Umbreon VMAX, you know what that means? That means that this is a near mint copy, dude. This is 100% the market price, and it will continue to go up. Now, of course, it is a PSA slab, so it's worth more than the market price. But it's just having that confirmation, guys, that it is in the best condition. And I'm pouring heavily, guys, into these trainer galleries right now, graded more specifically. I'm gonna try to pick up as many as I can. Very happy though, dude. So happy about that Umbreon. I think it's gonna have the best growth long term. Also, I know a lot of you guys are gonna be happy with this. Let me see if I can pull it up. If I did pull it up, I don't think I pulled it up. But guess what? I also picked up, guys. Ready for this? Go ahead and comment Gold Mush if you made it this far into the video, and go ahead and comment, guys. Make sure you comment that with a thumbs up emoji, because guess what? Your boy picked up a PSA 10 Gold Mew from Celebrations for $150, bro. Sheesh. Very happy with that. Now, here's one thing with you guys, right? Here's one thing. I'm going to say this right now. I'm not too confident in the graded community. I might have overpaid. I might have done that. But guess what? I really don't care, because products like this is I believe in, right? If I buy this PSA 10 Gold Mew and I overpaid $5, $10, maybe even $20 yesterday than the current market price, guess what, baby? In 1 year, guys, you know how much that Gold Mew is going to be going for in a PSA 10 from Celebrations? Oh my God, it's going to be an insane amount. I can tell you that much. So that's why I don't really mind not necessarily overpaying, but that's why I really don't care about, like, going, guys, chasing that market price values, because at the end of the day, speaking, I know it's going to be worth a lot more. That's why I go into card show, guys, and stuff with a mindset. Make sure you always do that. Make sure you go into a show with a mindset. My last card show, I went in with a checklist of what I wanted to pick up. I wanted to pick up a Prismatic Super Premium Collection for the best price available. I got one. Check mark. I went into this card show, guys, by wanting to pick up as many solid cards I've been preaching on this channel. Trainer galleries. Mew. Picked them up. I'm very happy with that. So, another way, guys, a very, very good purchase. Let's go, baby. Your boy got it, dude. I'm just so happy because, it's a meme on this channel at this point. And it's one of those few products that I really do not mind. Again, I really don't mind overpaying a few dollars for it, because I can tell you guys, this is a very neat card, and I'm very happy to have it in my collection. That's mad hype. Also picked up, guys, a Charizard V from Champions Path, the ETB promo. I'm so sorry, I don't have actually none of it pulled up. Now here's why I picked up, guys, this Charizard V ETB promo. I actually ended up getting it for $50, so it was a flat, no trade, just give me the money type deal. As a lot of you know, promos have been having a massive pump this month, right? A lot of promos. More specifically speaking, if we go to Charizard V, we've seen, guys, the Lucario V-Star. We've seen a lot of these promos hit all-time highs. And if we look at the Charizard V from Champions Path past month, it's literally had really nothing, bro. It had its peak, a lot of promos were pumping, but then it fell all the way back down. And I really do think, of course, guys, keep in mind a lot of promos are falling right now because the market just can't keep up with that insanely high price. However, just for a base price, guys, of $6, for a raw near mint hollow foil of one of the most exclusive sets and the exclusive promo in Sword and Shield. I mean, in all honesty, I did pick up a Champions Path ETB as well because I just find that set so underrated. It has no spotlight shining on it whatsoever. And I'm waiting for that one, guys, that one day, that 1 month where we're going to see a lot of light shining on that set. And I think it's going to have a massive pump. I'll get to that probably next video. But I picked up a PSA 10 copy of this Charizard right here. And again, guys, I don't really care about overspending $5, $10 on this. I know there's a few listings for $45. I bought it for $50. But guess what? I know that long term this is going to do very, very well because it's a Charizard. It's from a very exclusive set, and it's a promo right now. So promos tend to have that very exclusive. What's the right word I'm looking for? That exclusive investment, right? Because in terms of them being out there, I know, guys, there's a lot of these Charizards out there right now in the market. But, just like anything, bro, anything could happen right now in today's market. It's crazy. Very happy, a 10, beautiful card. Now, I also did pick up a PSA 9. I actually do not mind picking up PSA 9 copies of certain cards right now. Just due to the fact, guys, that at the end of the day, PSA 9 copies tend to just be the current market price of cards. For example, I picked up this, guys, this card right here, a PSA 9 copy of this Charizard VMAX from the Charizard UPC. It honestly looked like a 10. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't know what was off about it. It might have been like the centering. I'm currently looking at my cards right now, guys, so that's why I'm just focused on that. But I did pick up this PSA 9 copy for $35, and it literally had a massive spike to $30, right? So it's like I paid an extra $5 to go ahead, submit it to PSA, and get it back. And here's the thing with picking up PSA 9 copies right now, guys. There's nothing bad with that. If anything, you're paying an extra $5 to $10 just to go ahead and get your card graded and send it right back. And PSA is charging massive amounts of money to go ahead and grade your cards now. So you're literally just buying a card of, whatever you like for a very, very solid price and just paying an extra $5 to go ahead and have it graded. That's nothing to complain about, bro. Like, PSA 9 guys are very, very solid. I wanted to pick up a lot of PSA 9s yesterday because they're going for a very, very consistent market price value. I mean, I can literally check TCG Player and have a PSA 9 copy is sort of what's going on the market right now. So, very happy with this pickup right here. And, of course, Charizard UPC, very exclusive. PSA 9 copy of it, bro. Beautiful. So yeah, I picked up 4 slabs yesterday. I wish I could have picked up more, guys, but your boy don't got all the money in the world. I wish I did. But very happy with these products. Yesterday was more so, yes, to be completely honest, of a slab day. So very happy with it. We'll do some more ASMR. I'm sorry, I got shut up with that. But yeah, very happy with everything, bro. I did not spend a lot of money, by the way. I did a lot of trading. Throw it out there, guys. I ended up trading a lot of my ETBs for this stuff. Pokestocks, you traded ETBs? What ETBs? I traded Temporal and Paradox Rift ETBs. So happy I got those off my hands, guys. I was really, really looking forward to trade them. I tried to get them off my hands at my last card show. Had a very hard time doing so. No one really wanted them. Found a few vendors yesterday who wanted some of them. They gave me a good price too, bro. They gave me, like, I believe 65 for the Paradox Rift. I believe Paradox Rift's going for 80. I might have lost a little bit of value right there, but I'm getting, guys, like, I traded 2 Paradox Rift ETBs, bro, for a freaking Umbreon VMAX PSA 10. Like, are you kidding me? That's a solid snag in my opinion, because you're gonna see way more growth in that Umbreon than 2 ETBs of Paradox. So doing trades like that is also very consistent. That's gonna go ahead, guys, wrap it up for today's video. 30 minutes, baby, down in the books. I'm gonna have to, by the way, a little bit of Pokestocks life right now, guys. I'm gonna have to record around 8 videos today. It's gonna take that's gonna take like 4 hours, dude. Oh my god. Because I'm going on vacation and I want to make sure I have videos, guys, to just post when I'm on the plane, when I have jet lag and I know I can't be recording. So I'm trying to get as much as I can out right now. So guys, I'm sorry that if the next few videos do sound very inconsistent, I do sound tired, etc. Just note, guys, I'm trying my best to keep up with this channel's demand for the overall market for Pokemon. So first video of probably 8 today. We'll see how my voice changes. By the way, guys, they're gonna be posted obviously during the next day. So yeah, keep that in mind. But thank you all so much for watching. Have a great day, my friends. Peace out.